Is Overwatch overhyped? The answer is yes and no, as there's no game that can live up to the ridiculous hype that people always seem to build up around one certain game or another. However, this game is amazingly well put together and has elements that will appeal to both shitters and MLGers alike. For me personally, this game is amazing and does live up to the hype surrounding it. It's more than just an updated Team Fortress 2 with abilities, as limiting the player lobbies to 6v6 really places more emphasis on teamwork with a smaller player count. If you have very large team battles, one person can kind of do a lot of work solo by themselves, versus 6v6, you're going to have to work together in order to get that W. If you mostly play games solo, your mileage may vary, as you could be stuck with a team full of absolute bedwetters that have no clue what the fuck they're doing, or these could be the people on the other team and you could steamroll the shit out of them if you're halfway decent. Backpacking isn't really an option, however there are definitely those instances where huge plays can make or break a game. In Capture Point, or at least that's what it's called in Team Fortress 2, I don't remember what it's called in this game, there are those times like this right here where the game is tighter than a nun's vagina and you keep the enemies off the OBJ to grab the W. This is one of the redeeming qualities about the game, those only in Overwatch moments, if you will. The other is the vast array of characters you could choose from that all seem to do very different things for the team. Unlike the cookie-cutter loadout-based FPS games that seem to have infested the marketplace, your hero only has certain abilities and you need to play to that style. As someone who likes to OBJ and rush, I'm usually gravitated towards the offense characters like Reaper, who you see here in the background, Pharah, and Soldier 76, but if I'm on offense, I can also tend to use a tank like Reinhardt to PTFO, and on defense, I usually use a defensive character like Bastion, who people seem to think is OP, but if he's in a mobile turret, it's easy to teleport or flank behind him to hit him in the weak spot in the back. You can kill him with less than a magazine clip if your Tracer just zipping around behind him easily. And of course, if my team doesn't have any, there are times I'll throw on Lucio as a support character since his healing is passive rather than active, and his attacks can still help out the team. In this game, much like Battlefield, you are to choose the class which your team is lacking in order to make sure your team is in the best position to win. Nobody likes getting their shit pushed in via a cheeky spawn trap. The only character that I have a real issue with is Junkrat, just because he's mostly cheese. His grenade launcher has lots of splash damage, but if you're using Pharah or someone that can easily dodge these shots, he becomes much more manageable. This doesn't excuse his abilities like a trap or even his stupid fucking martyrdom antics when he gets killed. Mei is also on the annoying side, but the key is to keep your distance since her freeze gun doesn't really work past how far you could spin a loogie. Combined with the ability to turtle up in order to heal herself, and she's more difficult to put away than it needs to be with her ability to slow down and disrupt, which is really actually more annoying than overpowered. The beauty of this game is that no matter what your ability level is, there's a character with a particular set of skills, insert Liam Neeson clip here, that you can use to help out your team. If you're not much of a slayer, throw on the tank class to protect your teammates and grab that objective. You can also be a support healer to augment those other players on the team that are laying waste to everything on the screen. Being able to adapt on the fly to different strategeries, as George W. Bush would put it, that the enemy team throws your way, and being situational with your tactics really gives each match a completely different feel. This is how I could see both noobs and vets enjoying this game. Easy to pick up, difficult to master. I also felt that this game had a bit of skill-based matchmaking in it, as when I was playing in a full six-man with Frito, who is level 33, fucking no life, I felt that the opponents were much better than if I went with just one or two other people as a lower level player. It's unclear if there's going to be a separate ranked playlist and an unranked playlist like in past Halo games, or if it'll be like the new Gears game with only skill-based matchmaking. As someone who is competitive and likes to win, but doesn't want to practice my skills like people I know do with CSGO, I'd rather have a social playlist, if you will, but at least I know I won't be getting overwhelmed and shit on all the time. The regular version of the game is only $40 right now for PC, but the Origin edition is available for all platforms at $60. Given how the game is designed, there isn't any room for pay-to-win fuckery out of the loot boxes, and that's always a concern with games from Activision. I'm going to be buying this game for PC, and I didn't try it out on console, although I've got mixed opinions on whether the game will do well on console. On one hand, there aren't many class-based shooters on console, unless you include games like Battlefield Battlefield and Division, with Battleborn just having dropped, even though it's more of a MOBA than a shooter, and Team Fortress 2 is actually on the 360. However, I doubt anybody actually plays it. This game also appeals to a wide variety of players and audience. However, this game feels much different than current console shooters like Call of Duty, Halo, Gears, and others, which I think people are looking for and are kind of used to. Is a Call of Duty player that only plays TDM going to buy into the class system and playing an objective working as a team? Probably not. But that's their loss, because this game is extremely well put together and offers a different experience every time you play the game. Teamwork is something that defines this game, as you can see from the gameplay here, where we've held off the enemy team basically this entire match, but they decide to push as a team here at the end in order to get the objective. There's also those epic moments where I'm about to use my ultimate ability here to hopefully clear off this objective for my team, but no! I end up getting killed by another player's ultimate, and of course it's fucking Junkrat, and my team loses the goddamn game. This is the shit I do like and what this game can offer in a nutshell. What did you guys think of Overwatch, and will you be playing it later this month? I've been the Schwantz27, out like the New York Islanders. Until next time.